Yeah. I was a lost soldier at the crossroads. Ignorance was bliss. Sins that we commit, forgiveness we forget. Grudge holding with this loaded weapon, quick to cause offense. You already losing if you moving with no discipline. It's over. The devil's wishes pervert the gift. It'll block you out from finding out what your purpose is. Dopamine fiend trapped in a cell, wasting his cells. Then a broad way, blazing a trail. The hard way, he fell from God's grace on a path about to hurt something. Then I learned something. It's humble pie at the king's table. Your sons and daughters need that living water. If we endure some more, a paradise is waiting for us. The last days getting worse. The love cold, it's gonna wax colder. The spirit told us it's gonna be the way it was with Noah. If you don't focus when the rain approaching, a lost soldier outside the ark before it closes. The last days getting worse. The love cold, it's gonna wax colder. The spirit told us it's gonna be the way it was with Noah. I pray you focus when the rain approaching. A lost soldier inside the ark before it closes.
I was a lost soldier, barely sober, usually fully loaded as well as my sidearm. Ain't letting nobody gun, see you waving that white flag at the top of your guide on. Could've took it further, get mother shoulders to cry on. Oh man, we live the life, keep it humble, next you gon' start believing your hype. Now you convince your mind, you release yourself from your plight. Yeah, Howard has the last word, I pray he don't drop the mic. Cause I have yet to see one survivor fall from that height. I'm from the era, portray yourself to be tough as leather. Hey, Micah 7'5", maybe he can explain it better. I argued in my ribs, said some things that they never settle. Closet my skeletons, I got things I could never tell her. I love her as my own flesh so I can forgive my debtors. And treat it like Miami weather, I never sweat her. I keep it P that's positive, don't corrode your receptors. The devil will devour, he move with whatever vendetta. One who rejects our wisdom, your soul is showing its purpose. Not viral on the net and them niggas make you feel worthless. We all have faults, I got some things I should work on for certain. I have no medium, either quiet or too assertive. Living lawless for sure, my life moving like roller coasters. Stomach drop every turn, I can't wait till this ride is over. Enemies make tumult to ensure our progression slower. They want us under white cheese as if the party thing toga. You see, the love's cold, it's gon' wax colder. The spirit told us it's gon' be the way it was with Noah. I stay focused when the rain approaches. A found soldier inside the ark before it closes.
But there's something that I want the nation to focus on with the little time that I have today. That is brotherhood. Brotherhood, which follows with sisterhood, is the same thing. Brotherhood is the final chamber. See, we can get deep with all the prophecy. We can understand all the breakdowns. But if we can't solve the puzzle of brotherhood, then we've accomplished nothing.
I ain't changing on my brothers, Yahweh forbid. That's Malachium towards Yaachim, don't suffer sin. I pray that y'all keep them grounded and protected by angels. It's the end times and brotherhood is the final chamber.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom, family. Hey, Captain Shalom on the scene. Tabernacles, where y'all at? Y'all need to be here. Came all the way from the Bay Area, California, just to celebrate with my brotherhood. Islam. Right along with that, ain't nothing better than keeping the Lord's feast. Hey, make sure if you're not keeping it in the wilderness with us, y'all keep it period. Shalom.
How you expect to keep the law but don't want to be taught them? Awesome is he that left examples just for us to follow. I love my brethren, I abide in the light of the Father.
You're showing gratitude towards the Lord. Put forth all your strength and all your might. Don't just put forth all your strength and all your might when you're throwing up curses on the heathen. Don't just put forth all your strength and all your might when you're asking for a blessing from the Lord. When you're asking for something, put forth all your strength and all your might when you're thanking the Lord for just waking up another day.
I pray that y'all keep them grounded and protected by angels. It's the end times and brotherhood is the final chamber. I ain't changing on my brothers, Yahweh forbid. That's Malachium towards Yaachim, don't suffer sin. I pray that y'all keep them grounded and protected by angels. It's the end times and brotherhood is the final chamber.
Am I my brother's keeper? That's a law, keep it legal. You are part of my nation, I look at you as an equal. Together make them retreat, divided then they may defeat our common enemy. They absorb itself as the eagle. They kill us at their leisure. Culture they gave us was lethal. We bear witness to
the truth and wisdom. That's the strength of our nation. And what else?
They feed us. They
He is the strength, kingdom, power, majesty, and what? Blessed be the God of truth.
So we don't care about what they write on that wall, man. We serve the only true living God. Blessed be Yahweh, true living God.
I ain't changing on my brothers, Yahweh forbid. That's Malachium towards Yaachim, don't suffer sin. I pray that y'all keep them grounded and protected by angels. It's the end times and brotherhood is the final chamber. I ain't changing on my brothers, Yahweh.
Before Sabbath class, I play a video where I say, receive the love. Let love wash over you. Don't get competitive. Let it heal your body. Use this time to regenerate your spirit. Don't force no connections. Just enjoy what the Lord has made. Let Him do the work. You just be.
All right, Shalom, Shalom, Kum Yashala. All right, we the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. We're here at our choice location for Feast of Tabernacles, and there was another successful feast. As you can see, we packing up, and it's time to break down. And you know, people are somber, not because the vacation is over, but because the fellowship is over, and we can't be together with our people. That's what they're sad about, right? We had a good time, great food, excellent service from the soldiers and my captains with me. All right, our women and children, our babies smiling, our stomachs filled, and our minds clear, most of all. Okay, so we hope to one day fellowship with you in righteousness, and you join us at our solemn feast. And most of all, you know, persevere and stay the course. Don't let anything steer you to the left hand or to the right hand. All right, the Most High is looking for soldiers, and He's got them right here. Thank you for watching. If you wish to donate, you can use Zelle or PayPal. We're the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Shalom.
Us, blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics are walking around and they do not realize that they have a nation. But you do. Sometimes we can take that gift for granted, Con. We can take that thing for granted. But we have a nation. What does that mean? That means we have a culture, which y'all are enjoying. We got music, but most of all, what? We have a God. God? Now, with that comes responsibility. It comes your discipline or your religion. That's what religion is. It's your discipline. And what does the God that we serve require? We know that he has laws. We know that he has a son that's our savior. We know that he has prophets that's deep. And all of that is deep and spiritual. But there's something that I want the nation to focus on with the little time that I have today. That is brotherhood. Brotherhood, which follows with sisterhood, is the same thing. Brotherhood is the final chamber. See, we can get deep with all the prophecy. We can understand all the breakdowns. But if we can't solve the puzzle of brotherhood, then we've accomplished nothing as a nation. Y'all with me so far? Y'all tracking me? All right. I promise I ain't going to be long-winded. Listen to me. In Psalms 133, the Lord said that the unity of brethren, there is nothing better than that. Y'all know that scripture? And in the New Testament, Paul told us in Romans 12, he said that we have to honor each other in brotherly love. What? Preferring one another. That's something we ain't figured out yet. It has to become against our religion to disrespect one of our own people. Y'all hear me? It has to become against our culture to be violent towards one of our own. We got to always see the humanity in one of our brothers and sisters like the other nations see in theirs. They got no quarter when it comes to you. They're cruel, they're impatient when it comes to you. And when we're looking for love, some of our own brothers have become like the nations to try to separate themselves from the hurt that come with what we come from. But you can't escape that thing. You got to heal it. You got to accept it, embrace it, and what the Lord say? You got to show brotherly love with affection towards one another. All right? Sometimes we can't do that. Sometimes we look at our own as the enemy also. So you got the enemies all around you, and then you got your own brother looking at you the same way. We can't have that, Khan. It has to become against our God to be disrespectful to one another. We got to look at another brother that look like us, another sister that look like us, and say it's a part of my religion to love and honor you. Okay? For me to serve my God properly, I got to love you. We got to do it like that, Israel. We got to watch how we talk about each other, the things that we say. These words carry meaning. And we got to be mighty to build each other up. What is our culture and our music that they giving to us in these last days, man? It ain't building us up. So we got to be able to do that for each other, because y'all are the ones that are aware that what? You got a nation. Say that. Say nation. You have a nation. All right? You're not carrying the flag that come with your slavery. You're not carrying the flag that come with you being the last. Your needs being the last. You walking with the banner of Zion. That means you are what? Deuteronomy 7:6. You above all what? Nations. So you got to live and walk in that truth, man. So an event like this is so powerful because, and this is what I tell the brothers in the camp all the time, when you get around your people in a circumstance like this, receive the love that you're getting. Don't be competitive. Don't be trying to shine. When brothers come and dap you, take that in and receive that graciously and let it build you up. Let it increase your battery, your spiritual battery, man. So all of this love that's being passed around, let it wash over you in the name of our Lord, Khan. And what that's going to do, that's going to heal you. Okay? We become too callous because the world is hard and it's impatient with us and it's hard on us. We become too callous. So when we get an event like this and you can let your guard down, go ahead. All right? Let that love wash over you and let it heal your body, man. Let it heal your mind. All right, look at these children playing. I heard a brother earlier who was rhyming. He said this is like the kingdom. Look at the children happy and playing. Us as adults, we need some happiness too, man. And you know where you're going to find it? With your nation. That's where you're going to find it, all right? You're looking for love? Go to your people. You're looking for respect? Go to your people. Because it should be readily given to you. Y'all understand what I'm saying? All right, I ain't trying to bore y'all to death. My name is Brother Joel. Brother Yahweh Awesome called me. I represent the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It is our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Because y'all needs and how y'all feel is at the top of my list, man. We ain't got no politician we can run to. Ain't no politician we can run to. We can't go to him because he got to put everybody's needs or he can't win. So we can't look to him for healing us. Ain't no preacher or pastor we can run to because they don't know the scriptures. They don't understand that they have a nation, right? They don't even know that they the people of the book. So where are we going to go to get that nourishment that we need that the scriptures say? All right? It says the Most High is in the heavens. He has done whatsoever he has pleased. And it pleased him in these last days that you should know who you are. Okay? So we're going to take that humbly and mercifully in the name of his son who gave that sacrifice so we can stand here right now. We're going to be gracious and we're going to spread what? Love to one another, God. And what we're going to do, we're going to represent our what? Our nation. All right? That's why we're here today. So shalom to the Fringe Fest, my brother Monologue, man. Y'all receiving your love, the water, shalom.
I hope y'all like that. That was Supplication by Roy the Chef. It's dangerous out here. I hope you guys make it home safe.
Why is she evil? Because like, yeah, they would say she into a skull. Nah, she would say evil for us. Like, crazy. She's just crazy. Yeah, like he's saying. Yo, check it out. You ain't worried about that. They're going to show you at the end. So that
Yo, what was that about? Don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand.
When you bought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yah was misled in our past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying on no talebearing. Get thee behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get thee behind me, Satan. No.
Welcome to Pillars of Rest, where you can find special material for our sisters, by our sisters. This is a Sons of Thunder exclusive platform focused on building, encouraging, uplifting, and engaging with the daughters of Zion. Here you'll find personalized and interactive content geared towards showing what it truly means to be a pillar of rest. Interviews, scripture breakdowns, tips on motherhood, marriage, and testimonials are just the beginning of the many things to learn from and enjoy in this program.
Something that I want the nation to focus on with the little time that I have today. That is brotherhood. Brotherhood, which follows with sisterhood, is the same thing. Brotherhood is the final chamber. See, we can get deep with all the prophecy. We can understand all the breakdowns. But if we can't solve the puzzle of brotherhood, then we've accomplished nothing.
I ain't changing on my brothers, Yahweh forbid. That's Malachiam towards Yaachim, don't suffer sin. I pray that y'all keep them grounded and protected by angels. It's the end times and brotherhood is the final chamber. I ain't changing on my brothers, Yahweh forbid. That's Malachiam towards Yaachim, don't suffer sin. I pray that y'all keep them grounded and protected by angels. It's the end times and brotherhood is the final chamber. my brother's keeper, yes I am, yes I am. No evil eye, no crucifix, I never cross. Do all things through Christ, yes I can, yes I can. How you expect to keep the law but don't wanna be taught them? Awesome is he that left examples just for us to follow. I love my brethren, I abide in the light of the Father. Do is better, help your fella if he fall to sin. No greater love than laying down your life for a friend. Gather yourselves together, Jacob, this the latter days. If you enduring to the end, the saints shall be saved. We give them praise, and in Yahweh shall we keep the faith. And store our riches in heaven until we reach the gates. I ain't changing on my brothers, Yahweh forbid. That's Malachiam towards Yaakiyim, don't suffer sin. I pray that y'all keep them grounded and protected by angels. It's the end times, and brotherhood is the final chamber. I ain't changing on my brothers, Yahweh forbid. That's Malachiam towards Yaakiyim, don't suffer sin. I pray that y'all keep them grounded and protected by angels. It's the end times, and brotherhood is the final chamber.
Am I my brother's keeper? That's a law, keep it legal. You are part of my nation, I look at you as an equal. Together make them retreat, divided then they may defeat our common enemy. They absorb itself as the eagle. They kill us at their leisure. Culture they gave us was lethal. We bear witness to their evil. Worst of all with Jim Visa. White Jesus what they feed us. They mentally enslave us though they physically released us. Put spirits on our people. Together they on cold. Only thing I do admire. Unity and brotherhood will make their kingdom soon expire. Zephaniah 2 and 1. That's what the Lord requires. Laws of faith, plus together ye your nation not desire. Final change.
I ain't changing on my brothers, Yahweh forbid. That's Malachiam towards Yaakiyim, don't suffer sin. I pray that y'all keep them grounded and protected by angels. It's the end times, and brotherhood is the final chamber. I ain't changing on my brothers, Yahweh forbid. That's Malachiam towards Yaakiyim, don't suffer sin. I pray that y'all keep them grounded and protected by angels. It's the end times, and brotherhood is the final chamber.
Thank you for watching. If you wish to donate, you can use Zelle or PayPal. We're the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom,
Shalom,
shalom. All right. It's the end time, and brotherhood is the final chamber. All right. Get that through your thick skull, Jake. Right? It is the end times, and brotherhood is the final chamber. Give me the book of Romans chapter 10 and verse number 1. Okay? That's what we're about. All right, over here. All right. Even the Messiah, when he walked the earth, he had to grab 12 brothers to roll with him. Okay. Right. Messiah had to get 12 brothers, train them up in the spirit of Yahweh. Okay. And teach those brothers how to get the kingdom. Teach those brothers how to be shepherds. Okay. Teach them how to be leaders. All right. Teach them how to go. All right. Grab up the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay. All right, and we on that same mission. All right, give me that in the book of Romans chapter 10 and verse 1.
Out of one. This is the book. Slock, you go ahead, out of one.
It's the book of Romans chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
It is our hope, prayer, and desire that the nation of Israel be saved. Not just Sons of Thunder.
Right.
Okay. Not just Sons. When I pray at night, I don't just pray for Sons of Thunder. Okay. I pray for all you brothers out there, right, that are Israelites. I pray for the entire nation. It is our hope, prayer, and desire that Israel be saved. Okay. All right, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Hey, I want you brothers and sisters to make sure that you tune in to Adawan Yahweh All's class tomorrow. All right, I was gonna go in all right, on some things that we experienced this past Shabbat. Okay, but I talked to the general. All right, and the general, you know, he's got a very intense lesson, all right, for brothers and sisters tomorrow night. So I said I'm gonna be hands off, okay, and I'm gonna get on. All right, these devils. We're gonna talk about prophecy tonight. Okay, we're gonna talk about what's going on in the world. Listen, we're watchmen. We're watchmen, brothers. Okay, so we're supposed to inform our people of what's going on as it pertains to the scriptures. All right, things are doggone unfolding right before our eyes, and it's written. It's beautiful. The Most High God is beautiful. He makes it manifest right before your eyes. All right, you in this lifetime, you ain't never seen a president like Donald J. Trump. I ain't never seen no president like Donald J. Trump. Now in this lifetime, okay, you ain't never seen this. Okay. You ain't never seen a regime like this, right? And the things that are going on in the world, okay, are due to the Most High God hardening the hearts of the kings of the earth. The Most High God is hardening the hearts of the kings of the earth. He has control of the kings. It's not them doing this by their own will. He's doing this so that prophecy can come to pass. And if you've been hiding under a rock and you haven't been paying attention to the news, okay, and you slipping. Okay, as little T Officer Yatham said, Trump is the modern day Suge Knight. He gangster on him, man. Okay, he gangster, right? And he's showing his true colors. Okay, the scriptures say that the man of perdition will be revealed. Okay, all right, the man of perdition will be okay, and it's becoming clearer and clearer, brothers and sisters. Okay, it's becoming clearer and clearer. All right, listen, we want to see brothers and sisters, okay, for our feast. All right, this is our new feast day calendar. All right, go ahead and pull it to the front. Let me pull Officer Yatham's comment down. Okay, this is our feast day calendar. We want to see brothers and sisters in attendance, right, for the new moon 12th month. Okay, the new moon 12th month, which is going to be February the 16th at evening. So if you're in the Atlanta area, if you're in the Atlanta, Georgia area, all right, we want you to go ahead and RSVP. Let us know how many people you're going to be bringing with you. All right, that way we can accommodate you, brothers and sisters. Okay, we want to see you for the new moon. The new moon is a feast day. Brothers and sisters only want to get sharp, all right, for the Passover. Okay. Brothers and sisters want to gather for tabernacles, okay? Brothers and sisters don't want to do the new moon, right? But you was showing up sharp, okay? Spending all your money to look good, spending all your money on food and fireworks for the 4th of July, okay? Or should I say the 4th of July?
Right.
It had nothing to do with your independence. Con? So we got to doggone show up and show out, right? And give the same energy that we did, all right, that we did when we were in the world, Con. Okay. Yeah. All right. We got the destruction of Nicanor coming up February the 26th at evening. All right. Then we'll go into the Feast of Purim. All right. March the 1st through the 2nd. And then our Passover is going to take place April the 1st through April the 7th. Okay. April the 1st at evening through April the 7th at evening. Okay. Want to see you, brothers and sisters, in attendance. Okay. And we're trying to iron out some details. All right, brothers and sisters. We know that our colors, we know what our colors are going to be. We're just trying to iron out some finer details on those colors. Okay. We're going to get that out to you real quick. All right, brothers and sisters, real soon, I should say. All right. That way you can be matching. Okay. You can be up to code with the Sons of Thunder Israelites. And we'll put out those finer details, okay, for brothers and sisters so they can start their travel arrangements, okay, to come on down, all right, in fellowship with the Sons of Thunder Israelites. Con, okay, see the title, okay? You see the title of the lesson. Everybody hates, all right, U.S., okay? Meaning the United States, All right. I know it's written like us. All right, we are living over here, okay, on this continent, right, and on this land, right? But listen, a lot of people, even their own people, all right, meaning skin folk, are getting fed up with their ways. Okay. You got Trump moving like a dictator. Okay. He's moving very bold. If you paid attention to the bar for bar lesson this past Shabbat, the brothers went in on how Trump, okay, sent his boys in there, right, to take the president and his wife from Venezuela. Okay. And he's taking over the country of Venezuela. Okay, he says until he can put a new regime in place. Okay, but if you haven't been paying attention, all right, he hasn't stopped. Now, earlier in his campaign, right, and during the beginning of his second term, he was speaking on, all right, the landmass of Greenland. Okay, he had been speaking on the landmass of Greenland. And that is the talk of the town today, brothers and sisters, Greenland, right? I'm gonna go ahead and play, all right, some material here in a minute. And if you've been hiding under a rock, you're gonna learn that Trump is now putting those plans in order, right, to secure Greenland. He wants Greenland to be United States territory. But the problem with that is Greenland belongs to Denmark, the Republic of Denmark. Okay? And Denmark doesn't want to give it up. The European Alliance, I'm going to say that again. The European Alliance, all right, doesn't like that idea either. Okay? So right now, all right, there's a war between words going on. Okay? So what's being led up, okay, to maybe a conflict in the near future. Okay? This is all Bible prophecy, brothers and sisters. Okay? We don't know if this is going to be the end. Micaiah is not getting ready to tell you, hey, this conflict's getting ready to lead to World War III, because I don't know. I'm not Yahweh. Khan? But I can tell you what it is. It's a rumor of a war. Okay. Right. Without a doubt, it's a rumor of a war. Khan?
Prophecy.
It is prophecy. Okay, one way or another. But what the Most High God is doing is he's showing you, okay, he's showing you how he's hardening the hearts, all right, of the kings of the earth. I need you all to pay attention to this. This is very important, okay? It's very important that you pay attention. Okay. Let me see what brothers is typing in the chat. Okay, we got SOT. So says America's going to fight to keep the US dollar relevant. Okay, hey, you make a good point there, but I'm gonna tell you something. Okay. Trump and America are putting on a facade. That Federal Reserve note is worthless. Okay, that Federal Reserve note is worthless. They're printing money, okay, out of thin air. Okay, you know how many trillions of dollars in debt the United States is? Okay. All right, now look, you know, if you've been paying attention, you just found out that Trump took 1 million barrels, over 1 million barrels of oil from Venezuela. Okay. Now, oil is a form of currency. All right. So he just took over 1 million barrels of oil. So, okay, you know, in his own eyes, right, we're not looking as bad. All right. But when you look at how these European nations, okay, Russia, China, all right, and even some countries in Africa and South America, all right, have come together to form the alliance of BRICS. Okay, and their inner workings, right? We got to pay attention to this thing. The United States, they want to put on a facade like we ain't hurting over here. Okay, if you listen to the way our president speaks, he speaks as if we're still the greatest nation in the world. But listen, we got a lot of problems. Okay, we got a lot of problems, and I want to show you how bold, all right, this devil is. He's still talking tough, regardless of how jacked up we are. Okay, and that just lets you know, whoever you brothers out there, you know, and I find it comical. You brothers out there that are teaching that Esau is not the white man. I don't know what planet you're on. Okay, I don't know what planet you're on. I don't know what book you're reading, brother. Okay, I'm not going to make fun of you. All right, but hey, you brothers need to come back down to earth. Okay, and you need to read and you need to look at the times. Okay, and see who fits these prophecies, because it's not rocket science, Khan. Okay, fair use. I want you brothers and sisters to show me some love in the chat. Okay, hopefully you've been paying attention to the sound of my voice. All right, hopefully you've been paying attention to the sound of my voice as we're getting ready to get started. Let's get into it. Khan? All right. All right, so like I said, what's crazy is how, you know, the brothers was going in on the bar for bar about how Trump, I went in and took the president of Venezuela and his wife, but Trump also secured some oil, some ships that were carrying oil. All right, and he just seized 1 million barrels of oil. Okay, but I want you to see what Venezuela has to say about this. Trump is claiming the oil. He says that he's going to do whatever he can for the Venezuelan people and the U.S. All right, but I want you to hear what they have to say about this. Pay attention. Fair use. Show me some love in the chat.
People, just as the oil in Syria belongs to the Syrian people, and oil in Venezuela belongs to the Venezuelan people, just as the oil in Syria belongs to the Syrian people, and the natural resources of any country belong to the people of that country.
All right. So, hey, this leader, all right, who is aligned with NATO, okay, and the European alliance, says that the oil in Venezuela belongs to the people of Venezuela. It belongs to that country and nobody else. Right? See, the way Trump is speaking is Swahili. Trump say, hey, look, hey, I took this fair and square, right? And I'm going to do whatever the heck I want to do with it. Okay? That's his mentality. Okay? That's his mentality. Y'all remember what this thing started out as, right? This thing started out as the Trump administration bombing, right? Bombing boats, okay? Bombing boats because they claim that, you know, it was drug traffickers that they were targeting, right? Well, I want to show you something real quick, okay? All right? I'm not saying that President, what is his name? What is the president? Say again, Maduro, President Maduro. I'm not saying that President Maduro wasn't dirty. I'm not saying that. I don't know. Okay, I can care less. Right? But he's saying that his main reason, right, to seize and capture Maduro is because of the drug trafficking. Right? But I want to show you, okay, a clip here, all right, of Donald Trump's own words. Okay? All right. Now, earlier in, all right, this term, okay, this term, Trump tells you, all right, his plan. All right, give me a second. Pay attention, family. Fair use. All right, this is earlier.
When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door. But now we're buying oil from Venezuela, so we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe this? Nobody can believe it.
Did you hear what he said? And this is early last year. All right. He hadn't bombed Venezuela. Okay. He hadn't seized and captured the president yet. This is early. This is before the conflict. Listen to what he says. Pay attention, family. Stop flicking your toes. All right. And pay attention to this devil's words.
Buying oil from Venezuela. When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it.
He's saying when he left his first term, Venezuela was ready to collapse. He can't believe that we're buying oil from Venezuela, right? Pay attention.
Buying oil from Venezuela. When I left, Venezuela was ready to collapse. We would have taken it over. We would have gotten all that oil. It would have been right next door.
Oh, when I left, okay, we had it so good. Okay, you know what I mean? We would have took all of their oil. It would have been so good. Look at his face. He's not talking about drugs. He's talking about oil. Okay? He's talking about oil. And this is before this conflict. Okay? This is before this conflict. That's right. Yotham, he was already planning to go with this move. Just like he was talking about Greenland. He was talking about Greenland in the beginning of his term. Now that he's imposed military action on Venezuela, I guess he's saying, why stop? In the spirit of Alexander, let's keep pushing, right?
All right.
Let us not let our feet touch the ground. Let us keep pushing. Okay? Let's gain this territory. All right. I want to show brothers and sisters something too. Let me go ahead and remove this. Okay, I want to show brothers and sisters. Now, strategically, this is not all Trump's plan because Trump is not a military mind. Okay? Strategically, if you pay attention to why he wants to deal with Venezuela, right? And why he wants to deal with Greenland, it all makes sense. Okay? He can care less that it's a part of the Republic of Denmark. All right? You got to put your thinking cap on, family. Okay? Let me show you, brothers and sisters, an illustration real quick. All right? Of the world map sitting flat. Okay? Stay with me, brothers and sisters. I want to show you all this. All right. Okay? If you look at this map, it's kind of color-coded, okay, which is good for our eyes. All right? You see the United States, right? Okay? All right, now, you see Canada, which is our ally, right? We had some tensions with Canada early last year, okay, but they are our ally, right? So we're safe to the north, right? When you look off to the far east, the northeast, okay, I don't know if you all can see my mouse, but that orange territory up to the left, that would be Alaska, okay? That would be Alaska, which is U.S. territory, right? That is U.S. territory off to the left, right? All right, northeast. So you got the United States of America, you got Canada off to the northeast. Okay, you have Alaska. Now, when you look at Venezuela, okay, Venezuela would be when you go south of the U.S., right? When you go south of the U.S. and you look at the top, that top pink portion, right, of South America, that would be Venezuela. Everybody tracking? That top pink portion of South America, that would be Venezuela. Now I want you to look over to Greenland. Okay, Greenland would be the pink portion, okay, to the right of Canada. Everybody tracking? What you see is if Trump secures Greenland, he has complete 360 security around the United States of America. This is simple. This is simple. All right. There are Chinese warships and Russia warships off. What is that? Is that the Baltic Sea? Okay. In the waters all right, in between Greenland and this island, this little pink set of islands next to Greenland. All right, there are Chinese and Russian ships sitting in this area. So if Trump secures Greenland, all right, he's able to put another or more military installations in that area. Okay. Somebody said the North Atlantic would be that body of water. All right. But if you look at what he's doing, okay, he's forming a perimeter, okay, of security around the United States. Also, Venezuela is a major seaport. Okay, it is a major seaport. All right, and so Greenland also has major seaports. All right, so this is very strategic. Okay, because we do have a lot of enemies. They smile in our face, but we do. When I say we, I'm talking about the United States of America. I'm not claiming this place, right? Okay, but the United States of America does have a lot of enemies. This is very simple. Okay, all right, but Trump just wants to take it. Let's go take Greenland. Okay, he came out and said, all right, that it's about national security. The reason why he wants Greenland, he says it's because of national security, of course. All right, because you got Chinese and Russian vessels, all right, over here in these waters, in this territory, okay, and Trump came out of his own mouth and said that Denmark would not be able to defend, all right, an attack on Greenland. So he said, I'm going to take it. Okay, we're going to prove some of these things that I'm saying, okay, all right, by way of video, but I wanted you all to see this illustration, okay? I wanted you all to see this illustration so that you can see what's really going on. You see a 360 perimeter being formed around the United States of America, okay? Everybody tracking?
Another one.
Okay. Go ahead and remove that. Okay. So yes. All right. This devil is very proud. Okay. He's doing whatever he wants. But we also have to understand, like I told you all earlier, that the Most High God controls the kings of the earth. This is the Most High God's doing so that prophecy can come forth. Okay. He has to do this. Right. But this is why you've never seen a president like Trump. Give me the book of Proverbs chapter 21. Okay, from the top. You've never seen, all right, a president like him. Not in this lifetime.
Another one. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 21 from the top. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
See, the king's hearts, they're in the hands of the Most High God. The Most High God's gonna put those thoughts in his mind so he can look like a fool. All right. The Most High God is gonna put those thoughts in his mind, all right, to buck up against the European alliance, all right, when those are his allies. The Most High God's gonna put those thoughts in his mind, all right, to buck up against Canada like he did last year when Canada has power, all right, over uranium in North America. All right, Minnesota, Michigan, okay, and other states could have shut down the whole power grid, right? But the Most High God is hardening his heart. Read on.
Another one. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts.
See, it's right in his own eyes, right? But the Most High God is pondering their mind. Remember, your heart is your mind, right? Read.
Right. To do justice and judgment.
To do what?
To do justice and judgment.
So that he can do justice and judgment. Read.
Is more acceptable to the Lord.
It's more acceptable to the Lord than what?
Than sacrifice.
Than sacrifice. All right. So the Most High God's going to do whatever he please.
That's right.
Okay. All right. We got to understand that. Okay. I want to show you an example, okay, of the Most High God, all right, controlling the hearts of men. I brought this scripture out many a times. If you haven't written it down, make sure you do. Okay, give me 1 Esdras chapter 2 and verse 1. Okay, start from the top. All right. The Most High God is dealing with the nation of Israel, right? But he still controls the hearts of men, especially the kings. This is the Most High God's doing. All right. We're all just pawns in the game. Come.
Kind of one.
All right, read that. 1 Esdras chapter 2 and verse number 1.
It's the book of 1 Esdras chapter 2 and verse 1. In the first year of Cyrus, king of the Persians, that the word of the Lord might be accomplished.
That what?
That the word of the Lord might be accomplished.
That the word of the Lord might be accomplished. Read.
That he had promised by the mouth of Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord raised up the spirit of Cyrus, the king of the Persians, and he made proclamation through all his kingdom and all by writing.
It said the Lord God raised up the spirit of Cyrus, the king of the Persians and Medes. Okay? The king of the Persians. Cyrus was not an Israelite. But the Most High God raised him up for his purpose. Right? Read on. Now watch what Cyrus says.
Saying, thus with Cyrus, king of the Persians, the Lord of Israel, the Most High Lord, hath made me king of the whole world.
The Most High God had made me the king. The Most High God, king of Israel. Right? That's what he said. Read it again.
Thus said Cyrus, king of the Persians, the Lord of Israel, the Most High Lord,
the Lord of
made
Israel,
king.
The Most High Lord, because we know the nations have their own gods, right? He made me king of the whole world, right? For his purpose. Everybody tracking? Okay. So when we see this devil, flying off at the mouth, all right, talking about, hey, look, all right, that's my oil now. We heard what NATO had to say about it. All right, but this is how Trump feels. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat.
Do with what? The oil that has been seized. The United States seized 1.9 million barrels of oil on December 10th.
We're going to keep it. We're keeping it.
Where's it going? Are we going to sell it or put it in the strategic?
Maybe we'll sell it. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll use it in the strategic reserves. We're keeping it. We're keeping the ships also.
Hey, Trump is the bull, man. We're going to keep it. Okay? We're going to keep it. All right, what do you mean? We're going to keep it. We're keeping the ships too. All right? This is this mentality. Right? And the people of Venezuela, they don't like this. Right? The people, all right, of the European Alliance, the European Alliance are a bunch of Edomites as well. Okay? They don't like this. All right? The countries of NATO don't like this. Okay? But he doesn't care. I want you to hear how proud. Okay? I want you to see how proud, all right, Trump speaks of the European Alliance. Okay? Now, these are supposed to be his allies. God? These are supposed to be his allies. Fair use. Show me some love in the chat, brothers and sisters. These are supposed to be his allies. And Yazabad, you make sure you get in there and tell me when to play that video that you sent me, okay? Make sure you get in there so we don't get past that point. All right? All right. Hopefully.
Nations, they're decaying They're decaying.
You can imagine some leaders in Europe are a little freaked out by what your posture is, and European.
No, they should be freaked out by what they're doing to their countries. They're destroying their countries.
Well, European Council
and
President.
they're people I like. Look, they're people I like. I get along with them. You know that. But they can't let this happen, and it gets to a point where you can't really correct it. There'll be a point, and it's very close to that
and
point.
what will that mean?
It will mean that they're no longer going to be strong nations.
Does that mean they won't be allies
or
anymore?
Listen to the question that the reporter asked him. Does this mean because they're weak, they won't be allies? I want you to pay attention to what Trump is saying, okay? How he's responding. Pay attention.
It will mean that they're no longer going to be strong nations.
Does that mean they won't be allies
or
anymore?
they'll be, well, it depends, it depends. They'll change their ideology, obviously, because the people coming in have a totally different ideology. But it's going to make them much weaker. They'll be much weaker, and they'll be much different.
And what will that mean for our relationship
look at
with
your mayor
them?
of London. He's a disaster.
You see how Trump is talking over her? What? Wait a minute. What does that mean? Does that mean they won't be allies? Well, hold on for a minute. Because you think they're going to be weak and that they're weak, all right, what does that do with our relationship with our allies? Look how bold this devil speaks, okay? And these are supposed to be his allies, okay? All right, yes, the United States, all right, is the biggest and baddest gun on the planet. Right? But, all right, you need allies. Right? You need allies. Pay attention.
Nations, they're decaying.
Okay, wait
they're
a minute.
decaying.
You can imagine some leaders in Europe are a little freaked out by.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
Hard to tell when you say these things. Do you intend to send kind of a message of tough love to our allies to push them to make reforms, or do you think that many of them are just weak and you don't really want to be allies with them?
I think they're weak. But I also think that they want to be so politically correct. I think they don't know what to do. Europe doesn't know what to do.
They're just weak and they don't know what to do. All right. The European alliance are some of the strongest allies that the United States has. And look how he's speaking about. Okay. I know the chat has to be blowing up right now. Okay, I haven't really looked at it, right? But it makes you think about prophecy. It makes you think about the book of Obadiah, and it makes you think about the book of Revelation. This is what it makes you think about, right? But remember, all right, we can't hit the panic button, right? We can't jump to conclusions. Because there's also going to be wars and rumors of wars. Khan?
Khan, I don't want.
Okay, we'll bring those scriptures out because they're very relevant. But I'm just trying to show you how bold, right, in speech he is, and how Europe, all right, it's not taking the back seat though. Okay, NATO speaking greasy too. All right, if you haven't heard. Right? If you under a rock and you're not paying attention, that's why I encourage brothers and sisters, to watch the news a little bit. I know there's fake news. I know that you got these political parties that pull this way, pull that way, and the news is kind of tainted. I know. Okay, but when you pay attention to what's actually going on in the world, you know what I mean? These, actual conflicts. All right. We got military action being taken place, okay, all right, and they're speaking of military action being taken place in Greenland. All right, we need to look at this kind of stuff, okay. All right, we really need to look at this guy. Go ahead, Yazbek.
I don't want you was about to do the you about to go into the Denmark video.
Oh, you talking about the one that you sent?
Yeah, I wanted you to go to that one before you get to the Denmark.
Go to your video.
The one I sent. Kind of the one.
Okay, I'm finna play it now. King.
Gun. I don't know if y'all seen this clip, this news clip. A guy was reporting on what happened with the vote that they took to disallow Trump from taking using the military to take over Denmark. They voted against it. You can play that video. I don't want.
It looks sideways there, brother. Is it good?
Is it sideways?
It's okay. At least as long as they can hear it.
Absolute power to launch invasions wherever he wants to in the Western Hemisphere. Now, as the Senate has essentially rebuked Donald Trump there, the Trump regime sources are telling Reuters and others that they plan to do a hostile takeover of Greenland by way of paying Greenlanders between $10,000 and $100,000 each if they support secession and they basically become traitorous and treasonous to Greenland and sell out their own country to the United States. This is an unprecedented, hostile, and I would even say an act of potential war at this point to engage in this type of economic coercion against the sovereignty of a country. Here's how it's being reported by Reuters. Trump administration considers paying Greenlanders to join U.S. U.S. officials are discussing offering Greenlanders $10,000 to $100,000 each to support secession from Denmark and U.S. affiliation, to say that they're now part of the U.S. So let me just get this straight. As the Trump regime is taking away health care from tens of millions of Americans, they are trying to subsidize oil companies to the tune of $100 billion in Venezuela. They've given $40 billion or plus to Argentina.
So that was the main point. Now, here are the descendants of slaves here in America, which of course we already know we ain't gonna get nothing from Esau, but they will go and pay the people in Denmark $10,000 to $100,000 to go against their own country, and that's what's gonna make all these other countries come up against the U.S. I don't want Warrior. Can you get Jeremiah 50 and verse 9?
Okay.
This devil getting bold and bold out of one.
God.
You say 50 and 9?
50 and verse 9. Come out of one, Jeremiah.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 9.
And Adawan, can you get Salakia? Adawan Makai, can you get Isaiah 34 and 16?
Yes,
go ahead, Adawan.
For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations.
Right. Now those great nations going to Salakia. Those great nations going to be two of those great nations going to be Russia and China. Read.
From the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of the mighty expert man.
Right.
None shall return in vain.
That's right. So when they send them nukes, that's when it's up then. And them nukes gonna hit exactly what they're supposed to hit too. Read that Isaiah for me out of one. Because people Salaki out of one, but people like they forget that this book has been around. This book been around for so long. And there's prophecies in this book that hasn't come to pass yet.
Mm-hmm.
And those prophecies has to happen. So that's why the things are going on that's going on now between the U.S., like you were bringing up. The Most High is hardening his heart like he did Pharaoh.
That's right.
Read that other one.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 16. And it reads, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Right.
No one of these shall fail.
Right.
None shall want her mate.
Right. So these prophecies are not going to fail. So it's getting closer and closer to that time that we got to get our mind together. There's a lot of people that don't believe in the Bible. Rita, can you grab Romans 3:3? Other one.
Yeah, come.
A lot of people that don't want to believe in the Bible because they want to believe their own mind. They don't want to be held to a certain standard, so they rather not believe in the Most High of the Bible, the God of the Israel.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 3 and verse number 3, and it reads, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?"
Right. So what if some don't believe?
God
what if you don't believe?
Salaki.
That's right. Read on other one.
God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar.
Right. So every man that don't believe these prophecies, you're lying to yourself, thinking that this is not going to come to pass. It's unfolding right in front of our face. Now I yield other one.
That's right there. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what, man, when it comes to these prophecies, okay, that we see written in the book, okay, when you go to the book of Obadiah, somebody get that for me real quick. Go to the book of Obadiah right quick. Okay, go to Obadiah. All right, I know brothers have been going into Obadiah lately, okay, because of the prophecies that have been, because of the things that have been happening on the earth. Okay, I want you to start at the top. Okay, start at the top real quick.
Kind of the one.
Read
the
that.
Vision. Kind of the one. This is the book of Obadiah. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Concerning Edom.
So this is concerning Edom. That's what this prophecy, okay, is about. It's about the nation of Edom. Okay, got a lot of people who hold the stance that this is already happened. This has already happened. Okay, all right, but we understand that Edom is still on the earth. Okay, all right. I want you to jump down, okay, to verse number 2. Read that.
Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
I have made thee small among the heathen. Meaning Esau is smaller in number than all of the other nations. Also, he represents, all right, that little horn. Okay? He represents that little horn of power that is mentioned in the book of Daniel. Khan? All right? He comes out, all right, of Britain. Now, look, when you look at Great Britain and you look at the United States, okay, they have a lot of the same traits. Remember, United States are the one who really moved, all right, the British out of the way, right, in order to become, all right, the new world power. Okay, but at one time, right, that euro was the currency, right, that dominated the earth. All right. All right. When we look at the dollar today, the dollar being still somewhat prominent, okay, had reigned for a long time. But BRICS is coming to effect, all right, and bumping that thing out of the way. Okay. And we got to understand some of the so-called allies of the United States, all right, have formulated, okay, and come together with the other nations to formulate this currency, Khan. Okay. All right, now I want you to jump down, all right, to verse number 7. This brings relevance to what we're talking about today, because remember, there's a little conflict going on between the United States and the European alliance. All right, what happened down in Venezuela, right? His allies does not agree. What's going on in Greenland, all right, when it talks about Greenland right now, his allies don't agree. Read that.
Kind of the one. Verse 7. All the men of thy confederates, Salaki, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
All the men of his confederacy have brought thee down to the border. And those that were at peace with you have deceived thee. So there's going to come a point in time where the people who you are confederate with, okay, the United States, one of the strongest allies, some of the strongest allies that the United States have, all right, are the European alliance. All right, your Denmarks, your Finlands, your Swedens, all right, these other white nations. Khan?
Good.
All right, this is Esau, Edom. All right, when we start talking about, all right, the European alliance, okay, and that great red dragon, all right, we're talking about this. This is what we're talking about. And they are warring with each other right now. Khan? Okay? He will fall and be deceived by his allies. Khan? Okay? And right now, he's in great tensions with his allies. When I say he, I'm speaking about the United States of America, all right, which is the daughter of Babylon. Khan?
Good.
All right. I want you brothers and sisters to pay attention here. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love. Okay, in the chat. Okay. Show me some love in the chat. Now, as the United States gears up to set their eyes on Venezuela, right? Remember how he spoke about not Venezuela, but Greenland. Remember how he spoke about Venezuela. Hey, look, we're gonna bomb these jokers out of the water. Hey, look, hey, military action is very prominent in Venezuela. Remember he was saying that? And then all of a sudden they went in there. They went in there, took the president like he told you he was going to do, and also took his wife. And they on trial right now. All right. What I understand, Maduro pleaded not guilty. All right, for those charges. All right, for those drug trafficking charges. All right, but this is the attitude. This is the attitude of Trump in the United States. Pay attention, family. Pay attention.
Effectively, yeah, but who's going to stop us? No one's going to fight us over this. So it doesn't matter in a way how many strongly worded statements are put out by concerned European.
What you gonna do? If I go over there and take Greenland, hey Denmark, all right, you a little speck of, let me pull that photo back up. Denmark, you a little speck on the map. What you gonna do? Okay. Let me pull Denmark up real quick. Y'all can't see my mouse, man. Okay, y'all can't see my mouse. But if you look down, okay, so you see Greenland, right? When you look over back toward the countries, all right, that are bordering Russia, Denmark is that little speck, all right, next to the blue, you see the blue island looking area, then you see another blue country, right? And then there's a small speck, okay, sitting off the corner, all right, of that blue country. That's Denmark, that little speck, all right? So Trump's mindset is, Denmark, you can't defend Great Greenland. What are you going to do? All right? I want you to pay attention. Listen to the attitude. Let's play it again.
Saying effectively, yeah, but who's going to stop us? No one's going to fight us over this. So it doesn't matter in a way how many strongly worded statements are put out by concerned European leaders. If they make that decision is that.
Absolutely. The United States has overwhelming military force. I think the likelihood of any Danish or other European force attempting to fight an American aggressive seizure of Greenland is very, very unlikely. But at the same time, if that were to happen, then the transatlantic alliance, all the European voices I've been speaking to and other European leaders, including the leader of Denmark herself, say, look, that means the end of the NATO alliance. Because the NATO alliance...
Did y'all hear that?
Yep.
Come on.
If the United States were to make this move and impose military action on Greenland, right? Because they're going to be at odds with Denmark, right? In the European alliance, this would be the end of NATO. Okay? This would be the end of NATO. This is kind of what makes you think that this prophecy, all right, that's written in the book of Obadiah, all right, it's very relevant. Okay?
Ultimately, is based on trust. And essentially, the message that the Europeans are trying to send to the Americans is, say, look, if you seize Greenland, that is the end of NATO, and therefore there are costs involved. I think there are some voices in European countries saying that those costs have to be increased and made increasingly clear to the Americans, that there will be economic costs as well. In other words, that the fundamental sort of Western European transatlantic alliance would be utterly transformed by this. And I think that's why most people are thinking at the moment that some form of aggressive.
Okay. All right. So, hey, you're hearing the European stance. Okay. You're hearing the European stance is that they don't like it. But if you come in here, all right, I'm going to tell you what, you won't have the support of NATO anymore. Okay. And the European alliance might turn their back on you too, right? But I want you to hear from the horse's mouth. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat.
The White House says President Trump is considering options, including the use of military force, to acquire Greenland as a national security priority. A statement from the White House press secretary said, President Trump has made it well known that acquiring Greenland is a national security priority for the United States.
Now remember, hey, Shalom, General Yawa all is in the building. Shalom. How about you, Shah Baraka? Okay, now remember the illustration that we showed you with the map, okay? The map. Okay, and remember what I was showing you, how if he was to seize Greenland, all right, that gives him pretty much complete 360 security of the United States of America, right? Okay, remember what he says. Read the caption. President Trump has made it well known that acquiring Greenland is a national security priority of the United States. Like I told you all earlier, it is a national security priority. Why? Because like I told you, there are Russian and Chinese ships, right? All right, on the borders of Greenland, okay, and that the Russian area, okay. The brother said the North Atlantic Sea. All right. Adawan says, by the way, Africa is huge in reality. Esau definitely made the proportions of that map. Okay, Khan. Hey, that's right there, Adawan. It's a lot bigger than what they're showing you. You're absolutely right. Okay, Africa would be a lot bigger than what the map illustrates. Okay, all right, but look, this is what I wanted to show you, that it is a national security, reason, all right, for Trump. This is what he's saying, and I agree with him there. You know what I mean? But you taking it, all right, by force, all right, shows your true nature.
And of course, utilising the US military is always an option at the Commander-in-Chief's disposal.
You see that? Okay. Now you just saw what Yazabat told you, what Yazabat showed you in the video, all right, that he played. The United States is actually trying to use other alternatives, right, to gain Greenland. All right. They want to buy it. Okay. They want to buy it. They can just go in and say, hey, look, hey, let me go ahead and buy it. Okay, give me Greenland. Okay, and you all will become United States citizens. Khan, okay, that's the way he wants to take it, so it can be easy. But he says military action is always an option. Caroline Levitt, that's his press secretary. Okay, she explained that earlier today, that military action is always an option. That's a threat. And remember, Denmark, the Republic of Denmark, owns Greenland. So that's a threat to Denmark. You think he cares?
Well, the self-governing Arctic island is part of the sovereign territory of the Kingdom of Denmark, a NATO ally. Denmark has previously warned that any US attack would spell the end of NATO. On Tuesday, European leaders, including Keir Starmer, issued a joint statement saying that Greenland belongs to its people and that it is only for Denmark and Greenland to decide its future.
That's their stance. All right. Greenland belongs to the people of Greenland. Okay. And their natural resources and that territory belongs to the people, not anybody else. That's their stance. You're not going to come in here and just take it. Now, one thing that I learned earlier is that a part of the rules of engagement, okay, that's aligned with Greenland, all right, and Denmark, okay, a part of Denmark's rules of engagement is that if you come over and show force on our land, okay, I'm gonna let the video tell you. All right, this was gonna happen. You show face, you show military presence in our land. All right, this was gonna happen. Pay attention.
Invades Greenland. Remember, after taking over Venezuela and capturing Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro, the USA has threatened to do the same with Greenland. I have Aditya joining me. Aditya, what more can you tell us?
Well, absolutely. Indeed, Vishali, at this juncture, indeed, this situation is getting very, very tense, as far as the entire situation is concerned, as to how things unfold in this scenario. Greenland is something that, Trump wants because of the presence of the rare earth elements in Greenland, and definitely
pay attention. Just try to, weed through his accent. Okay, try to weed through his accent.
This is the primary reason that why Trump has been saying that U.S. needs Greenland for it is essential for national security.
He's saying, he's giving you Trump's stance that the U.S. is saying that they need it for national security.
All this is a sham. The US needs it for all the minerals, and definitely this won't be allowed by the European nations because it is an active member of NATO, and it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario. Vishali.
I'll come back to you, Aditya. Now, German for
Did he
first and ask questions later.
Did y'all hear that? I don't think y'all heard that in the beginning. Listen, pay attention. Listen to what she says in the beginning.
Warns it'll shoot first and ask questions later.
Greenland says, if you come over here, all right, we're going to shoot first and ask questions later. Okay? And I looked up their policy. Okay, that's a part of their rules of engagement, man. They instilled that like in the 1950s. All right? That's Denmark's. That's Denmark's policy. All right. You show any type of military presence, we shooting first and we're asking questions later. All right. So this would be war. Okay. Not just war between Denmark and the United States, but you can kiss your allies goodbye. Right. This would be war. All right. With Denmark, the European alliance, and also parts of NATO. Okay. Now, the United States may, have their chest out, okay, like they can handle all that, but they're already dedicated, they're already dedicated and sourced out all throughout the world. Who's going to fight this war for you? Okay. There's only one military base in Greenland. From what I understand, it's very small. Okay. So, Trump is speaking as if, he doesn't really care. He says that his allies are weak. All right. And they're pissed off about it. Okay. They're pissed off about it. As a matter of fact, an ex-general, I know the Elder Mathafa posted this earlier, and I went by to try to find the actual video, and I found it. I found the video, but it was one of those videos where he's speaking in his native tongue. All right, and they got a interpreter. So I said I'm not going to play that. So let me show you all. All right, this image. We'll go ahead and read it right off. I'm going to show you. Pay attention. Can you all see this? All right, ex-NATO General Michael Yakolev. If Trump moves on Greenland, Europeans must be ready to fight the U.S. to defend sovereignty. We must be ready to fight the U.S. if they threaten European interests. There you have it. Okay? There you have it. Okay? So there's conflict. Okay? Yep. Because Trump wants a piece of land. He doesn't really care what anybody thinks. All right? And the European Alliance and NATO. Con? All right? So we're going to keep an eye on this. Bro, you should, I'm going to be honest with you. As an Israelite, brothers and sisters, I should be very happy when they see things like this happen. Because it's prophecy. You should be very happy. You should be enthused. Okay? Because this gets us one step closer. God. That's right. It lets you know that your God is real. All right. His words are real. And prophecy is definitely real. Just like I said, we can't call it exactly when things come to pass. All right. But we are seeing, all right, wars and rumors of wars. God, regardless if this leads to World War III. God. All right. That's right there, Yatham. All right. Yatham quotes Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye are not troubled. That's the spirit that I'm trying to tell you, brothers and sisters, to move in. See that you're not troubled. For all these things must come to pass. All of these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. All right. Okay. So all these brothers and sisters that are, waiting for the rapture to come tomorrow. Okay. But you're not occupying in your book, okay, and you don't know what signs to look for as it pertains to prophecy, okay, that means you're lost in the meat sauce. You should be rejoicing when you see these things come to pass.
Salakia.
Go ahead, King.
That should make us seeing this whole thing unfold. That should make us wanna be even more brotherly with each other. That should make you want to love each other even harder and do the most high commandments to the best of your ability, even more. That should make brothers in all the camps around want to come together. Otherwise, can you get us F9 2 and 1?
Bring it out.
That should make brothers want to come together, man, because it's like, what are you see what's unfolding. You see, we all teach this. And we know what the outcome is going to be. We're going to be gathered if we're of that number, and we're going to be delivered from our enemies. And the only way to do that is to be righteous in the Most High's eyes. How do you do that? By keeping the commandments. One of the commandments, Leviticus 19 and is it 11? Leviticus 19 and 11.
What you looking? Okay, yeah, come.
You can read that out of 1 Zephaniah.
This book is Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
And who is less desirable than us in the totality of all the nations? The Israelites. The ICE just shot a lady. I don't know if she was Issachar or not.
I saw that. No. I think she was Esau.
Right, but they were hoping it was Issachar, right? Because they hunting our footsteps, right? Read on out of 1.
Verse 2: Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Right. And don't none of us want to deal with the Most High. Not on that level. Right? We don't want the fierce day of the Lord to come upon us. So we got to come together in brotherly fashion and keep these commandments, right? And love each other. Read on out one.
Slaki.
Verse 3.
Verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth.
Right. And
which have wrought this judgment.
Read on.
Seek righteousness. Seek meekness.
Meekness. Meekness. Salaki Adawan. Meekness. What is meekness? Meekness is that strong discipline. That's like your discipline or your power, your strength, a controlled strength, basically. Your controlled strength is to do these commandments. That's the meekness you're supposed to have. Read on.
It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
And we do that so we may be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So we can watch our enemies fall. We can rejoice at the fall of our enemies. We finally watch that payback that our enemies are going to get from what they've done to our ancestors and what they still do to us to this day. I yield out of one.
That's right there. Yeah. Their time is definitely coming. You know what I mean? Their time is definitely coming. And it's kind of when the scriptures say in the book of Obadiah, okay, that he's going to take the understanding, all right, of the wise man out of Edom, it just makes you think, because look how doggone how reckless they're moving. Look how reckless they're moving. You're just gonna doggone, talk down and move and just move recklessly, all right, with an iron fist, all right, on your allies. All right? You can't tell me that's not the Most High God hardening the hearts of men. Okay, give me that in the book of Job, chapter 12, real quick. All right, you got something?
I was just gonna say that's why Trump said that this may be your last Christmas. That went right over niggas' heads.
I didn't hear him say that. He said that?
He tweeted that.
God. Wow. Okay. Give me that in the book of Job chapter 12 and verse 23.
Kind of the one. This is the book of Job chapter 12 and verse 23, and it reads, He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them.
Most High God increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. Read.
He enlargeth the nations and straighten them again.
It's the Most High God, okay, that's doing this and making them happen. When you go into the book of Romans, go to the book of Romans chapter 9. Okay, give me verse number 17. Okay. Romans chapter 9 and verse 17. A lot of y'all just look at, all right, this doggone orange devil, okay, and you look at him just as an idiot, okay, and he ain't got no sense. Instead of looking at prophecy, okay, this is the most powerful nation on the earth, okay, in the same manner in which Egypt was, okay, in the same manner in which Egypt. Read that real quick.
Come on. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 17. For the scriptures say unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up.
The scripture says unto Pharaoh, which was the most powerful ruler on the earth, in the most powerful nation on the earth. Read. For the same what?
For the same purpose have I raised thee up.
For this same purpose have I raised you up. I created you to destroy you, so that I can show my power, right? Through destroying you, because you're the greatest nation of the earth. Everybody's going to be talking about it. Read on.
That I might show my power in thee.
That I might show my power in thee. Read on.
and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
And that when I destroy the biggest bully on the earth, my name will be will be declared throughout all the earth. The Most High God don't change.
That's right.
So in the same manner in which Pharaoh was the greatest ruler on the earth, and Egypt was the greatest nation on the earth, he's going to destroy the greatest nation on the earth, which is the daughter of Babylon, the United States of America. He's going to do the same thing. Okay? He's going to do the same thing. Okay? That's what you got to understand. And all, okay, of its allies, right, are going to be well hurt. All right? When you go into the book of Revelation chapter 18, it talks about it. Okay? The merchants are going to stand off afar, and they're going to say, that great city, all right, Babylon, that great city, how did she fall? Okay? That's why we tell you that the book of Isaiah chapter 14 is twofold. It's twofold. When the scriptures are talking about Lucifer, it's twofold, right? It's not just talking about Nebuchadnezzar, it's future prophecy as well. All right, because who was Nebuchadnezzar? The greatest king on the earth. God? Okay. How did you fall? How did you fall? Because the Most High God, okay, the Most High God threw him down to the ground. God? All right. Was prophesied in the book of Malachi. All right, chapter 1. All right. They were going to come back and rebuild the desolate places. Okay. But the Most High God was going to throw that thing down. I like this scripture. All right. By S.O.T. Meir. Okay. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 14. And it reads, the Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. God? Okay. That's what you're waiting on. When you go into the book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse number 7, it tells you that you reap what you sow. Okay? You reap what you sow. Right? Our time is coming, but we still got to serve out this punishment the Most High God got us on. All right? For failing to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. But I love what Captain Yazabak said, because he took the words right out of my mouth. I don't even have to go into it. Okay? I don't even have to go into it. This is not the time for quarrel. Right? The general is going to give you the true definition of 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 10, because I'm going to tell you something. All right? A lot of you brothers out there, okay? All right, let me control my spirit. A lot of you brothers out there, all right, you got that scripture mixed up. Okay? How can the scriptures tell you in the book of Zephaniah chapter 1, all right, to gather yourselves together? How does the book of Ezekiel chapter 37 to tell you that we're going to all be one stick? Right? And you still teach division. Okay? It's not profitable. It's not profitable. Y'all holding us back.
Right.
I don't care how big your congregation is. Okay? I don't care how fancy your garments are. Right? I can care less about all that. Right? But what are the fruit that you're producing? Is it righteous fruit? Okay? Or is it rotten fruit? All right? That's what matters. Okay? I'm gonna tell you something, man. Me and the general, we experienced something very, very doggone heart-wrenching this past Shabbat. The general's gonna go into it tomorrow. He's gonna go into it tomorrow. Some of you brothers and sisters are gonna be, you're gonna be grieved at it. Okay? We dealt with something very heart-wrenching, but the Most High God set us up for that task. He set us up for that task. Okay? He sent them in, all right, to do the mission, right, that he wanted to do that. We were strong-willed and strong-minded enough to handle that task. And I'm not boasting. I'm not proud when I say that. Okay? I was very disheartened at the way brothers treated us. Okay. But once again, you got to tune in, all right, to the Sabbath class, all right, in order to get, all right, that information. Okay. I'm gonna let the general go all in. I was gonna do something tonight, but I'm gonna let the general go all in. Con. Okay. All right. Hey, but brothers and sisters, look, be watchful. Okay. Be watchful at the times. All right. I want you to be watchful at the times. I want you to watch how bold these devils are moving. Okay. I want you to look at this prophecy that's coming to pass. Okay. And be ready. Stay occupied in the scriptures. Okay. Stay occupied in the scriptures. Stay prayed up. Stay girded up. All right. Be in the spirit of unity. Stay in the spirit of brotherhood. Stay in the spirit of sisterhood. Okay, because we need one another. Okay, we need one another. Times are getting ready to get really bad. Okay, we're a nation. Okay, we're an entire nation of people. Okay, and what we have to understand is that as men and as women, we have our own ideas. Okay? We have our own ideas. And I agree that you should be with an organization that teaches what you believe. I agree. But what I don't agree with is that you shun your brother because they may think a certain way. That's not scripture. Okay? Because we got some things in common. And the things that we have in common, all right, it's the keeping of the Most High God's law, statutes, and commandments, all right, and the faith in Christ. And we got to endure to the end. Okay? If I seen you, brother, in need, all right, I'm going to do whatever I can for you, brother. I'm going to do whatever I can for you, sister. Okay? Just because you got on a different color than me, all right, that's nonsense. Okay? That's nonsense. We might as well be doggone Crips and Bloods again.
All right.
It's nonsense. It's not of Christ. Hey, Adawan, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go in. I'm going to control my spirit. All right. I'm going to let Israel go. All right. Tonight, we love you, Israel. All right. We love you. Okay. And we want to see you, brothers and sisters. All right. For our feast days, I'm going to pull the feast day calendar back up. We're going to go ahead and just end the lesson there. Okay. Because I don't want to go into that space. Okay. Pull our feast day calendars up right now. Hey, brothers and sisters, if you want this calendar, like a hard copy, you come to the feast days. Come to camp. Okay. We'll hand one of these to you so you can go ahead and put it on your refrigerator. Right. So you can keep track of the feast days with the Sons of Thunder Israelites. Once again, the next new moon is going to be February the 16th at evening. It's going to be the new moon 12th month, brothers and sisters. Okay. We want to see you, brothers and sisters, in attendance down in Atlanta, Georgia. If you're in the area, all right, let us know how many people you're going to bring with you. All right. So that we can accommodate you, brothers and sisters, with seating, food, but most importantly, all right, the word through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. This is the email address scrolling in the ticker at the bottom. SOTfeastday@gmail.com, brothers and sisters. Okay. SOTfeastday@gmail.com. Got Destruction of Nicanor coming up February the 28th that evening. All right. And we'll move on to the Feast of Purim. If you're not tracking, you're new to the truth. Feast of Purim is where we give gifts. We actually give gifts. Okay. You teach your children these feast days. Okay. They ain't got to worry about no Christmas. You ain't got to, I'm doing it for the kids. Okay. No. All right. We're not going to doggone do what man say. All right. We're going to do what thus saith the Lord. Con.
I don't want.
All right. And we give gifts. All right. During the Feast of Purim. I'm not saying you can't give gifts. All right. No other times during the year. All right, but there's no need to be participating in these worldly holidays. Con? Okay. Our Passover is going to be April the 1st at evening through April the 7th at evening. We want to see you brothers and sisters in attendance in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, we're going to put more details out about the Passover very soon. Very soon. So y'all stay with us. All right. And stay alert. Okay. Hey, look. Hey, make sure you're joining the rest of our classes. Okay, you got Truth Tuesday with Captain Kaya and a host of brothers, Captain Shalamah. Okay, of course, we take the platform on Thursday nights for Conversation for the Nation, which is C4N. All right, you got the Elder Yahweh and a host of brothers. All right, on Friday nights. Okay, make sure you tune into that lesson. Hey, the nation need to hear the lesson tomorrow. The nation needs to hear the lesson tomorrow. Okay, the nation needs to hear the lesson tomorrow. I was very proud. Okay, at how the general and myself were able to maintain our spirits. Okay, that's all I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I'm not gonna go into the encounter. Okay, but very, very. We were very much in the spirit. Very much in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, very beautiful thing. Okay. And the angels, like my buddy Captain Asha Allah said, okay, recorded that account. Okay, the angels recorded that account. Okay, with a pen of diamond. Okay, gotta understand that. Okay, it's nothing to be proud about or anything. But brothers and sisters, we truly found out. Okay, what this so-called how can I put this? All right, because we don't like to use the word community. Okay, we see how brothers really feel. Okay, that's how I'll put it. You see how you brothers really feel. You see how you brothers really are. Okay, but we're gonna keep on. Okay, we're gonna keep on in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, trying to set the example for our people. Khan, all right. I didn't mention Brother Shalamah. Brother Shalamah, okay, with the late night class after the Sabbath lesson. He'll be on Friday night after the general's lesson. What is it called? After hours?
After dark.
Okay. You got After Dark with Captain Shalamah. Also, you got Captain Yaikwab and Captain Aharon and Captain Nikawashai. All right, and a host of other brothers. All right, for the Sabbath day lesson on Bar for Bar. Tune into our lessons, brothers and sisters. Okay, as we edify, all right, the sheep. Gone?
All
right, you brothers got anything else?
I don't want. Come to camp.
Yeah, that's right. Come to camp. Okay, we got camp spots. All right, in Atlanta, Georgia. Even though they're trying to take our spots away, you know, we got down. Me and the general got down to 5 points yesterday. The brothers, this past Shabbat, the brothers had to move the camp spot because there's some new person in charge of the park. Okay, and they tried to move us off the spot, so we moved over to an alternate location and had to teach. I hope brothers got the necessary paperwork and permits. All right, the brothers need to teach down there. Okay, it's getting a little hectic. Okay, soon there's going to be a famine of the word. That's why you can't be half-stepping, brothers and sisters. You can't be half-stepping. There's going to be a point of time when they outlaw this book. So the scriptures are going to be in your mind. Okay, you know how many times they burnt this book? All right, in the past. All right, you're going to have to walk around with the scriptures in your mind, brothers and sisters. Okay, that way you can be a head, okay, and a protector for your wife and your children. Okay, and be a brother for your brothers and a sister for your sisters. Okay, this book is very important. Okay, this is how we defeat Satan. You gotta understand this thing. Okay, you gotta understand the commandments. You gotta understand the wisdom of Solomon. You got to understand the wisdom of Sirach. Okay? You got to understand the prophets. Okay? And most importantly, you got to understand Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. Khan?
Khan.
All right? You won't be able to understand him all the way. His thoughts are not our thoughts. Right?
All right.
But he gave us a blueprint. Okay? So take advantage of it. All right? All praises to the Most High, Ba'Shem Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Okay. All right. We love you, brothers and sisters. Okay. We want you to endure to the end. All right. Lord willing, we see you all next week. Okay. For a conversation for the nation. Khan?
Khan.
All praises. Shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you for watching. If you wish to donate, you can use Zelle or PayPal. We're the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Shalom.
Yo. Yeah. Say what's real.
My father figure keep me guided, I'm always protected. Not a single wrong, I don't ever get corrected. Light over my shoulders, tales from a priest. Take a Psalms 23 and sit your tail to a seat. Legendary in a way, but nothing like a tall tale. False gods, set them up, they all fell. Fantasies, they all sell. Nothing in my time can compare to the timeless. The light behind my rhyme and the one who I get in line with. Ain't no other lane for this fire flame minister. Descended from a higher plane, ain't no higher name from the one. When a gun jam, I figure you know now. Divine power follow me, that's just how it be. I can testify for sure, my heart not pure, but still I get to see a day that I did not work for. Bodies dropping with the climate, gas raising on black faces. Still I'm the one who made it. I just be thinking when I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High. Something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. I feel like everywhere I go, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. The Most High. With my conscience, I acknowledge that there is a higher power. Look at me. False idols never promise victory. You survive cause you was meant to. Stop the guessing, you a prized possession. Blessing from the sky, ain't no higher lesson. I'm a messenger, you should get with this rhythm. Gospel, you ain't gotta be poor with chains no more. Flip up your master plate, don't be captivated by your master space. The earth is yours, but first the one we know gon' have to pass away. Destiny, you part of a higher design. They tell me the sight of his eyes like fire and wine. Coming at the wild child who made it through the birth canal. One shot, amazing how you missed the kiss of death. Life was in your step, people turned away from out this way, never coming back. Slipped and fell inside the cracks, landed on their back, but you 10 toes in the field, still in one piece, for real from the bottom, where all kind of brothers get easily killed. Rest in peace to them. You part of a higher design, they tell me the sight of his eyes like fire and wine. When I roll, something keep watching me, something keep watching me. The Most High, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me. I feel like everywhere I roll, something keep watching me. Something keep watching me.